Yesterday I made the picture frame. Perhaps you watched the video. And you'll remember that I was sort of complaining about the fact that the joints weren't very strong and I thought if it was dropped it might break. Well, last night when I was laying in bed I was thinking I gotta fix those joints up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make splines. It won't be too much extra work, and it'll be kind of fun. Now because that picture frame is only about 1/2 inch thick, I can't have a very wide spline. So I'm just going to use my saw blade width here, and then cut the splines just slightly smaller. This heavy-duty general tenon jig that I got from Canadian Woodworker, it does a great job making tenons, but it also does a really good job on something like this. I'm just using my ordinary carpenter's glue. For something like this it works really good. I know I'm going to have to wait a little longer though before I can trim those splines. You know, one of these days I'm going to replace these cheap dollar store clamps with real clamps. These little clamps, they easily break. They all of a sudden will release when you don't expect them to. And, well, I guess you get what you pay for. Anybody want these things? Okay, I'm just going to leave this now for a few hours. I got other things to do anyway, like I have to finish off the Mahogany Clock. You should watch those videos, they're pretty good. At least I think they are. About 4 hours has passed now, and I really did work on the Mahogany Clock, and it is finally finished. Now I just have to post the Mahogany Clock Part 6 on YouTube, and this beautiful clock is done. So okay, I'm just going to get the clamps off here and then trim the ends off those splines. And this is the last one. Now the guy that I'm making this for, when it comes to stuff like this, he didn't just fall off the turnip truck, and he's going to notice that this is 1/16 of an inch too long. If I carefully shave about 1/32 of an inch off each end, it's going to serve two purposes. First of all, of course, it's going to make it the right length, and second of all, it's going to flush cut those splines. And there we are, exactly 19 3/4 of an inch. Now the other dimension, the width, was supposed to be 15 7/8. And there we go, 15 7/8, just as ordered. I don't know why I'm doing such a good job here. I just want to sand the ends of those splines nice and smooth. I know that nobody's going to see them. They're going to be covered up by the canvas, but I want to know that I did a good job. So okay, the corners are nicely reinforced with those splines. If the joints break there, it's not going to fall apart. But what about those little gussets? They're just glued in place. Well, I got this neat little tool from Canadian Woodworker. Watch this. Now I know that I've described this tool in one of my earlier workshop videos, but anyway, this is called a headless pinner, and what it does is it shoots a small nail without a head into whatever you want, up to 2 inches long, and it hardly leaves a mark. You can hardly see where you've injected your pin. It's about the size of a darning needle, I guess. I'll show you after. Okay, it's after. And these are the pins that I just used. They're 1 3/16 of an inch long. Now I do have the 2-inch pins, but I was afraid that because this frame is only 1/2 an inch thick here, I could accidentally blow out the side, and that wouldn't be good. So anyway, I'm finally done with this frame, and look at those nice spline joints. And by the way, be sure and watch for the Mahogany Clock Part 6. I'll probably have it posted in about a week.